first, we're going to go to a Skype right now. Late last year, Canada's House of Commons voted to adopt M47. It was a motion to instruct the Health Committee to examine the public health effects of the ease of access and viewing of online violent and degrading sexually explicit material, specifically on children, women, and men. You know, that's the first time in 30 years that Parliament's looked at the role of pornography in Canadian society.
And when you think about how long this has been an issue, that is really quite surprising.
And things have changed. Right now we have the internet, so that changes everything.
Makes it worse.
Well, the Standing Committee on Health just came back with their findings last month. Glendyne Gerrard, Director of Defend Dignity, joins us to respond to the recommendations. Glendyne, Defend Dignity was one of those witnesses who submitted briefs to the committee. What are your thoughts now that the recommendations have come down?
Well, frankly, we're quite disappointed. That disappointment falls under a couple of different things. First of all, before the report was even tabled, we were made aware that the committee had decided to disallow some of the witnesses that have presented to the committee because they had not published peer-reviewed scientific research. That was so unfortunate because we believe that some of the best experts in the world on this topic that have really made it their lifetime work were witnesses, and we were really very pleased with what they presented to the committee. But because of that sort of late in the game decision by the Health Committee, not all of their testimony was in fact given serious consideration. So that was our first point of disappointment. The second area would simply be with the 4 recommendations that the committee came up with. They really pretty much all revolve around the area of education, and we're all for education. We think that is certainly part of the solution to this porn issue, this porn crisis in our country, but it's certainly not all of the attention and focus should be on that. You know, that one of the those that gave testimony, Cordelia Anderson, had a really great illustration that she used, and I think that might help bring some clarity to this. She said if there was a city facing the issue of toxic polluted water, and the only solutions that the city came up with were to encourage families to buy filters to protect their kids and all of them from the harms of that polluted water, or to simply educate on what to look for, the signs that would be evident if they had suffered from the pollution in the water, that just simply wouldn't be enough, because what would be the issue was the city was not addressing the actual problem and the source of the toxicity in the water. And so if you sort of take that illustration and put it over this issue of pornography, we would agree and think that there just needs to be a whole lot more happening besides just education on that, and that is to hold the porn companies and the internet service providers responsible for what is happening in our society. So we like to talk about 3 recommendations that we have provided to the committee and now to the health minister, as she will do a response, write a response back, submit a response on behalf of government. And that would revolve around, firstly, the area of meaningful age verification. And so what we mean by that is that the end goal would be to protect any children, anybody that's considered a minor, by using a system of meaningful age verification. So not just ticking off a box saying that you're 18, but some kind of credit card or driver's license, something like that, that would be used before anybody would have access to those porn sites. And then if the porn site doesn't comply with this, then simply the internet service provider blocks that. And so the UK is miles ahead of us on this. They've just passed meaningful age verification. And so we've got a fantastic model. We're waiting for them to reveal what this technology is going to be. We understand that it should be available in the spring of 2018. So we're looking for that. Wow. And then another recommendation that we'd like to see happen is that all internet service providers block pornography before it comes to us as customers and consumers, with the option that if we want access to it, you can still opt in.
Yeah.
And again, you know, it's fantastic. The UK is moving towards that. They have a company there that voluntarily has done that with some really great results. 70%, almost 3/4 of their customers chose to keep opting out of porn. Only 25% chose to opt in. And so once again,
Great.
the UK is really
Totally
leading the way in
understand.
this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but we just thank you so much for the amazing work that you're doing. And I know the fight will continue, and I appreciate you joining us today. Thank you.
Thanks so much.